I'm starting this video journal to anybody who may find it, or perhaps if I get to a bigger city, I can have it sent off to help other people. It's been about, I'd say, judging without electricity and no calendars, it's been at least 3 years since the undead started rising. And within that process, I've outlived my fort here, which is my old house. If you've ever read the Zombie Survival Guide, that is one of the no-nos is staying at home, but I figured since I live out in the middle of the woods, I thought I'd be fine. As it turns out, the middle of the woods is not the perfect opportune spot to be getting food and water to refuel your sources. Now, as I said before, I've run out, and it's about time I got ready to leave. And I've read the guide. Trust me, it had over 3 years of doing nothing but hiding. You've got to do something, and it's in my library. So I read it, so I know what to do. I've just never done it in practice, but I'll take you through the steps of getting there, because as we all know, electricity, printing presses, and all that, those probably aren't in big business as of right now, seeing as our power grids have nobody to power them. You might even own this book, since, hell, it was a pretty popular book before D-Day. Basically, I'll just take you through the steps of getting your stuff ready in case you haven't read the book, and hopefully I live through this, and I can get this to somebody who needs the help. As the guide said, if you ever read it, or if you haven't, I'm explaining it to you now, that you should have some kind of sidearm. Now I have it taken apart just to show that this is a old-fashioned M1911, not the M1911A, this is one of the younger models, inherited to me, of course. But anyway, what you want to always have your guns cleaned and oiled. I've already cleaned and oiled the bits and pieces of mine. You want to, if you have an M1911, you're going to want to put the slide right there. Put the pin here, push up, and then you're ready to go. Don't ever dry fire like I just did. I just thought that looked cool. Anyway, secondly, you need to have your main weapon, which I have chosen an old World War II rifle. Now, these are good for far-off shots because you don't want to have a pistol for far-off shots because, I mean, look at the sights of that. That's not going to be very accurate. Compared to this, it's a little more accurate. Not as much as, say a scope, which I should find eventually. You do want to have this kind of gun, and if you ever run out of this, you do need one of these. This is good for close quarters because it's obvious you're not going to be fumbling with this trying to get it in close quarters, like say within like a 3-foot range. Alright, now on your way out, you definitely want to make sure there's nobody around you to follow you afterwards. Now, I've made completely sure that I exterminated all the zombies around me in the area. I've gone and I've stockpiled their bodies in a bonfire and burned them because, as the book says, that is one of the main things you want to do is burn the bodies so they don't have a way to come back. Now, common to the misconception you want to set them on fire while they're still alive. I missed one. Common to the misconception you want to keep them burning while alive. That is a no-no. You don't want to do that because they're already dead. And then you're going to have a flaming dead person running at you, and you don't want that. What you want to do is you want to kill them first and then burn them. A little tip to you newbie zombie survivors, which by this time this either gets found or published, you won't be newbies anyway. This is just for maybe our kids to know what we went through.